Hey, quick question for you. Do you think God, or the universe, or whatever you believe in, cares more about how many rituals you perform, or about how you actually treat people? Because Krishna answers that exact question in chapter 12 of the Bhagavad Gita. And honestly, his answer might surprise you. Stick with me for the next few minutes because this is one of the most loved chapters in the entire Gita. And by the end of it, you're going to look at spirituality completely differently. Let's get into it. So here's how the chapter opens. Arjuna turns to Krishna and asks him something a lot of us have probably wondered at some point. Krishna, which is better, worshipping you in a personal form, someone I can love and relate to, or meditating on the formless, the absolute, the thing beyond all form? It's basically the age-old question. Do I need a God I can picture and talk to? Or is enlightenment about dissolving into something abstract and infinite? And Krishna's answer is beautifully practical. He says, both paths work. Both can get you there. But for most of us, as human beings with hearts that crave connection, love and devotion is the easier, more natural road. And honestly, that already tells you so much about this chapter. It's not about intellect, it's about the heart. Krishna says something really beautiful here, that the people who remember him with faith, with devotion, with a focused mind, they're deeply, deeply connected to him. And here's the takeaway I want you to sit with for a second. Spirituality isn't only about knowledge. It's not only about reading the right books or knowing the right philosophy. It's about love. Because let's be honest, your intellect can only take you so far. You can understand something perfectly in your mind and still feel completely disconnected from it. But your heart can reach places your brain simply can't. That's the whole idea here. The heart can go where logic can't follow. Now, this next part, I actually think this is one of the most compassionate teachings in the whole Gita. Krishna basically says, look, I know constant devotion is hard, so here's a ladder. Start wherever you can. Step 1. Try to remember me constantly. Can't do that? Okay. Step 2. Just act with me in mind. Still too hard? Step 3. Offer up the results of what you do. Even that's a stretch? Fine. Step 4. Just practice selfless service. Do you see what he's doing here? He's not demanding perfection. He's meeting you exactly where you are. And that's the takeaway. Progress matters more than perfection. Spiritual growth isn't the light switch you flip on. It's a staircase. You take it one step at a time, and that's completely okay. Krishna circles back to something he's said throughout the entire Gita. Attachment to outcomes is where our suffering comes from. The less you cling to results, the more peace you actually experience. Think about it in your own life. Isn't it always the outcome we're obsessing over that stresses us out the most? Not the effort, the outcome. Krishna is saying, loosen that grip a little and watch how much lighter you feel. Less attachment, more peace. Simple as that. Okay, this next section is the famous part of chapter 12. This is the part people quote again and again. Krishna describes what a true devotee actually looks like. And notice, he doesn't say someone who prays 5 times a day or someone who knows all the scriptures by heart. He says a true devotee is compassionate, friendly, humble, forgiving, and free from hatred. That's it. That's the checklist. And here's the line I want you to remember. Spirituality should improve your character. Not your image, your actual character. Because the real measure of devotion was never your words. It's your behavior, especially when nobody's watching. Don't be a source of disturbance. This one's short, but it hits hard. Krishna says a true devotee doesn't go around unnecessarily disturbing others. and also isn't easily disturbed by others. Read that again. You don't create chaos for other people, and you don't let their chaos control you either. That's inner peace, creating harmony around you. It's a two-way street. The peace you cultivate inside doesn't just help you, it ripples outward into everyone around you. Stay balanced through praise and criticism. Now here's a teaching that honestly all of us need in the age of social media and comment sections. Krishna praises the person who stays steady through success and failure, honor and dishonor, praise and blame. That's emotional stability, that's spiritual maturity. Don't let compliments inflate your ego, and don't let criticism break you down. Because both praise and criticism, they're just noise, temporary noise. Your worth was never actually tied to either one. Contentment is strength. Krishna keeps coming back to this idea throughout the chapter. Contentment. A true devotee appreciates what they have, stays grateful, trusts in something bigger than themselves. And here's the thing about contentment. It's not passivity. It's not giving up on wanting more. Contentment is freedom. It's the freedom of not being controlled by what you lack. Devotion is a daily practice. Here's something that I think a lot of people misunderstand about bhakti, about devotion. It's not confined to a temple, a prayer mat, or a ritual you do for 10 minutes a day. Krishna says devotion shows up in kindness, in humility, in patience, in service, in gratitude. In other words, how you live your entire day, that's your worship. The way you speak to a stranger, the way you treat someone who can't do anything for you, the patience you show when you are stressed, that's bhakti in action. Character over display. And this brings us to maybe the most powerful idea in the whole chapter. Krishna's description of a devotee is almost entirely about qualities, not rituals, not appearances, not how spiritual someone looks on the outside. Being loving and compassionate matters more than appearing spiritual. Let that sink in for a second. You could do every ritual perfectly and still miss the entire point if your heart hasn't actually softened. So let's bring it all together. If chapter 12 had to be summed up in practical, everyday terms, here's what Krishna's really telling us. Be kind and compassionate. Practice humility. Let go of excessive attachment. Stay balanced in praise and criticism. Grow step by step. Don't chase perfection. Make your daily life itself an act of devotion. Focus on your character more than your image. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. True devotion isn't just loving God. It's expressing that love through how you treat other people and how you live your life. And maybe that's the most beautiful part of this entire chapter. According to Krishna, the most beloved devotee isn't the one who performs the most rituals. It's the one whose heart is filled with compassion, humility, and peace. If this spoke to you, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, where we dive into chapter 13. Head towards the quiz section to test your understanding.